Come one, come all. Everyone with any DS, come on over because this modding tutorial is going to work with the 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, 2DS XL, and even a 3DS Toaster XL if you have one of those. Those are rare. What system version will work? It will be 11.8.0-41, and that is the latest update from Nintendo as this video has been posted. Once that is all done, we can finally start, and I'm going to break this whole video down in 4 steps. First one's going to be custom firmware. The second one is going to be installing games, and number 3 is going to be custom themes. And of course, this is what's going to make this whole video worth it, is number 4, cheat codes. Now, let's jump right into custom firmware. So go to the Nintendo Eshop on your DS, and then you want to go to the search bar and you want to type in ware. After searching ware, the update should show up. You do not want to download the update, you want to download the demo. Now this might take a bit, so I'm just going to speed up this process for you. It took me about 10 minutes. Once that is finally done, you would want to back out of that, go back to the home screen by pressing the home button, then go to the game, unwrap that game, open it up, and it should pop up with, would you like to update? Do not update it. If you did update it by accident, you can go into the settings, go to downloadable content, and you can delete it. So once the game is finally loaded up, you could just press A to continue, and you're going to have to put your Mii character as a profile. Once the game has loaded, you would want to go back and then hit the home button. You can close it. Once it's finally closed, you can eject the SD card and go and throw it into your computer. So you want to go over to this website, and all links will be down in the description in order as I present them. So to get your friend code, you just want to go over to your DS, go to your friends list, and then go onto your Mii profile, and you should have your friend code at the top. Right now I'm using my brother's DS because I already tried this on multiple DS and never thought to make a video. To get the IDO, you would want to get your 3DS memory card, and we could just rename it 3DS SD. There we go. And then you want to open it, and then click onto your Nintendo 3DS folder, and then there should be one folder with a bunch of scrambled letters and numbers. Numbers and letters, that's it. And then you want to copy that, go back to that page, and then paste it right into that bar there. Make sure you're not a robot because of hackers trying to do this for some reason. Select all sidewalks, then hit OK or go. And then now at the top there might be 1 being mined or 7 miners are on standby. This might be a while. This might take a while, but you have to add a friend, which is a bot. So you could just go back to your DS, go to the internet, type in that code, and it should automatically add. Once you're done that, you can go right back on over to the computer, and it should automatically start doing it, and all you have to do is wait. Might take a little bit, and once you have it, you want to download the movable seed. And I'm going to drag it right over to my desktop. Make sure you never delete this until later. this is going to be the safe zone. So anything that we need, we're going to put it right in there so you know what files you need to keep it all organized. So you want to go back over to the website. Over here, you want to click download, and then get rid of that. You don't need that anymore. Then go to Steel Miner, and you got to scroll down a little bit. And then that file that you just downloaded, the movable seed, you would want to eject it in here. And then collect your region, like if you're USA, Euro, and then Japan, of course. So you can just hit start, and it should download. Then you get rid of that, and now you're going to have to figure out what system and also firmware that you're doing it. So I'm doing on 11.8.0.41. So then you can download the other app. Once that's done, you can close that and go to your download folder and drag everything you just downloaded right into the safety zone for you guys. Alright, so now since we have these files on our desktop, we can put our SD card in. And the last one that you just seen, that says posts, blah blah blah, you want to change that to payload.bin. Make sure you keep that bin at the end. Then the 3DS file, you're going to open that, you're going to open the steel hacks, and there should be put payload here. You want to move that to trash and change that file you just renamed into there and get rid of that. So load up the SD card there, and then you want to open that folder, and everything that's in there, the 3DS, boot 3DS, everything, you want to transfer all the 4 files straight onto the SD card. And then apply to all and replace. Don't be scared of losing data or anything, because I tried this and all my stuff was still there after, and I've done this about 3 or 4 times now. This is my 5th or 4th time doing it. So you go to 3DS, open that folder, open the next one, then you would want to go over to the title and then look for the 000400, then 000D7D00, and then you want to go to the data, and then you'll see the save. So now replace that save with the one that you just downloaded. And you can exit out of that. Now since that's all transferred over, we can go and eject. And you can also delete those because you don't need them anymore. But keep the movable seed because you will need that later. This will just save you time from doing it again. And we can go throw it back into the DS. Once that SD card is back in the DS, you can go and open that Subwar demo. It'll tell you to update. Do not just launch it and watch the magic happen. Ooh, so pretty. Alright, so once it's loaded up, you'll get the homebrew, and that's step 1. So now step 2, to actually get the custom firmware, you would want to go into the eShop, and you're going to need to purchase a DSi game. Now there is a list down below that you can check and see if you already have a DSi game. It may be compatible and you could save yourself some money. But on this DS, it's a new email and everything because it's my brother's, so I had to redeem a $5 card. So once done that, you can check the list and there'll be Sudoku, Crazy Train, etc. And it's a long list. Flipnote does not work for this, just to let you people know. But if you're trying to do a quick search of the DSi game you have, you can always hit search and it'll find it on the list for you. So I'll buy Facey Monsters. So what this is pretty much doing is that it's getting a signature patch from Nintendo. So it's taking the patch and putting it on the modded files that we're going to be doing soon onto that game. So you're just going to want to purchase that if you don't have a DSi game already and download it. Once it's finally done, you can back out of the eShop. Once you're out, it should say you have a present. You can unwrap that if you really want to, but you don't have to go into it right now because all you're going to do is go to the settings and you're going to want to transfer that game in data management, DSi ware. You're going to transfer that over to the SD card. So you can just copy it over. And once that is done, we can go right back on over to the computer. So once you're back on here, you can select which one you need for your console. You can just hit download. It should start downloading. It shouldn't be too long, depending on your internet speed. You can minimize that for now and drag over your downloaded file into the safety zone. Now it may be zipped, so you're going to have to abstract that by using WinRAR for Windows or Kika for Mac. And it should be in a folder like that. So you can open that up and you can drag that one file, the CT cert bin, into there and then select the one that you need. You're going to have to abstract that too. You can open that folder and there should be game and public save. So you can drag those back in and you can get rid of that because you don't really need it anymore. And you can load back up that web page that we had. So you want to go to this website, Tadpole Online. You're going to want to crop that down and then scroll down and you'll see DSi ware bin. You're going to want to transfer this jumbo of letters and numbers into that. And then the next one will be movable seed. Transfer that over. And then the CT cert, you want to put that there. Then the game save down where the game is. Then public USA. You want to transfer there, hit start, and then the file should start downloading. Once you're done that, you can drag it on over and put it right there. Then you can just get rid of that web page because you don't need it anymore. Put that in the safety zone because, you know, we need that. And then you can open the 3DS SD card again. Nintendo 3DS. The bunch of numbers. Open that. DSi ware. And then there should be one file called bin. And that is the game. So you can drag that into there. And then you can delete the other one, the original. And then you're going to have to rename it. And just get rid of the patched and the period, so it's just bin. So make sure you're using that correctly. And then once you're done that, you can eject the SD card and go back to your DS. So once you're back on the DS, you can load up Facey Monsters or whatever DSi game that you got. And once it loads up, it might change to Sudoku. And then you just have to touch to start. You can use the buttons if you want to, but I just like poking the screen. and then there's a bunch of freaky stuff is supposed to be happening. So you just want to go down and hit A to install the boot 9 strap. And once you're good, you can press home button to exit out of it. And then you can just hit OK. And now it should come up this menu. You want to go down to the, where is it? There it is. The fourth one from the bottom. That one is going to change a little setting. So if you go into the settings of your 3DS, it'll say SYS to show that you're running custom firmware. So congratulations, we have just installed custom firmware. And now next is going to be a pretty interesting part. So now we're going to be moving right on over to installing games, the fun part. So once you're back on the computer, you can delete all these files now, even the movable seed, because we don't need it anymore. We can just drag down the center there. And then we're going to load up Google. We're going to do some stuff. Ooh, 3DS CIA. So pretty much the CIA is the new ROM for 3DS. For DS, you look up DS ROMs. Well, it's CIAs now for 3DS. So you can just select the game, an ad might pop up or take you to a different window. You can just exit that, it should load up. There is a password for it, so make sure you copy that to abstract it after you're done downloading. I usually do Google Drive because it's a lot faster than Mega. And then there should be different versions like the USA or Europe. Then it should take you to an ad fly window. You gotta wait 5 seconds. You can just skip ad. Should take you here. You can just hit download anyways. And then it should start downloading right there, as you can tell. Once you've done that, since I don't want to download and waste more time with this video, I'm just going to, I have a backup of all the DS games. So I'm just going to transfer that over. And you want to make a new folder called CIA. So this will be easy for you to just go to your games and you can just install all. So if you have a lot of games you want to install, that's a perfect folder. So not enough disk to transfer. So this is why you need a big SD card. I'm using just the stock one, which is 4 GB with this DS. I have a 64 GB SD card on my 2DS XL, but as you can tell, I'm struggling with just transferring a game. So what's a small game is Luigi's Mansion. I'm just going to transfer that over. There, and once that's transferred over, we can put that in the CIA folder, make sure it's in there. Alright, so once that is all done, you would want to go back over to the website one more time, hit download, and then drag it right onto your desktop, and you're going to have to unzip that. And once it's done unzipping, you can go grab the folder. You can delete the zip file because you don't need it. Open that folder and then open your SD card. Now we already have all of this. All we're going to need to do now is open the CIA folder that we just downloaded, and there should be a couple files in there. And you want to transfer them over to the CIA folder on the SD card. That CIA folder is the exact one that we put our game in, or whatever game you choose. So you can tell right there. And you're gonna back out of that because we don't really need this anymore. And then you can right click your SD card and eject it, and go throw it into the DS. Now, since we're on the DS, we're going to go to Download Play. And what we're going to do is press L, down, and select at the same time. And a menu should pop up. Go down to Miscellaneous, and then hit A, Operation Succeeded. Once you're done that, you can back out of that and go back to the home screen. Then you want to close it. And then you're going to open it up again. And from doing that little button, you're going to be launching Homebrew again. So you're going to go all the way down to CTR, no time. Then you're going to hit A. Once it's done, you can back out by pressing B. And now when you're back in the Homebrew launcher, you're going to go down to FBI. Now when you're in here, you just want to press A, go to your SD card, then to that CIA file that we made, then current directory, install, and then delete all. And then you'll get this error if you try, and it'll be like error, error, error. What I do is just keep pressing no, 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 and eventually it's just going to start. Now, when I was doing this, I have 125 megabytes. I did not realize how much space I have left, so I could not install Luigi's Mansion. So what I had to do is wait for this to finish, and then Luigi's Mansion was left on there because I did not have enough space. So we're gonna back all the way out. We're gonna close that, and we're gonna have new software added. So that's everything that we just installed, like Luma Updater, Homebrew Launcher, so you don't have to do any more of that trickery stuff, the FBI to install games, and then the theme manager we're gonna get to soon, and the checkpoint. Checkpoint is just for backing up your stuff. This little program, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly know, but I know you should do it. So you just let it run its course, and then you press start to exit to the home menu, and then it should delete automatically by itself. And next you want to go to the Luma Updater, so you make sure that you are up to date. It should do its thing, and then hit install stable version. Then you want to press A and X at the same time to accept. Once it's done, you can press start to reboot the console. Alright, so now we have FBI. We can go back into that. We can go down to SD, and let's try Luigi's Mansion again. Install and delete. It won't work because I don't have enough. So what I had to do was switch SD cards. For the people who do not know how to do that, all you have to do is take your 3DS SD card, drag it onto the computer into a folder, and wait for it to finish transferring. Then once it's done transferring, you're going to want to switch your SD card. Make sure it's formatted, there's nothing on it. So I have 8 GB, so I'm going to double my storage. Then all I have to do is transfer every single thing straight over. And that's pretty much how you transfer all of your 3DS stuff. Your games, save data, music, photos, everything. So once you're done transferring it back, you can eject. And then head back over to the DS. So now I have 4 extra gigs, so now I can install and delete the CIA. Installing does take quite a bit depending on how many games and how big the game is, but the estimated time is really accurate. And then you can just hit unwrap, and there's your game. So that's installing games to the 3DS on custom firmware. So congratulations, you just completed step 2. Now we're going to move on to step 3, custom themes. This Sonic theme I'm not a big fan of, so you're going to want to load up this theme manager. It's going to tell you to hold down R from the QR camera. Then you can look it up on a website and you can scan and it'll start downloading. The link will be down in the description, of course, and there's many to choose from. Once it's done, you're going to want to hold A, then up, and then let go of A, and then it should install with the music and the background. And there should be a check mark for the one that you have installed, that you have on currently. You can do different things like shuffle or preview, but you hit the home screen, then you hit the home button again, and there's your custom theme. Now there is music with this, but I was recording my DS with the camera, so you won't hear it. So that was step 3, custom themes. That was pretty fun. Congratulations. Now we're going to move on to step number 4, cheat codes. The part you were waiting for this whole time, because this is what made me want to do this. So you're going to go back into FBI to title database, and you're going to scroll down to the S and find Sharkative. Red means it's not installed, green means installed, and blue means update. So you're going to want to install the CIA file and wait for that to complete. Once it's complete, it should be on your home screen now. Now with this, Luigi's Mansion didn't have any codes whatsoever, so I'm switching to my 2DS to show you that I have done this on my 2DS model, and I have all these games, and I have a little hacks folder. We're going to go in there and I'm going to show you how to work the program. You must have a game saved for that game for it to show up first, just so you know. And then this is connecting to online, so it's currently being updated. Sometimes it gets taken down, but it's rare. So you can go down and it'll say codes available or not, and you can just press A and it'll download the codes. So if you see numbers up there, that means you have them downloaded. But down here, they might have a number, and you have a 0, press A and it should duplicate, that means you have it. So once it's done, you can close the software, and then instantly go right to the game where you want. Now you can access this cheat menu at any time you want. So once you load up the game and you get to a point where you want to be to use the cheats, or maybe at the beginning, or whenever you want, you're going to want to press L down and select at the same time and go down to cheats. Now there's a whole list for Ocarina of Time cheats. So there's lots. There's unlimited rubies, times, but my favorite is the moon jump by holding X. So I'm in the Dooku tree. I'm gonna run and I'm just gonna whoop. There goes gravity. Look at that funky, broken game from Nintendo 64. And you can keep holding it whenever you fall. You can do anything with this. But not every cheat works, but 90% will. And if you are ever going to use cheats, do not use it online or you will be banned from Nintendo. But you can explore places that are out of bounds or you can never reach in the game, originally. So we can go down to cheats. Let's look for something fun. Hold X to run fast. So I would turn off moon jump and then just hold X and you could just start running fast. Oh, and I forgot to mention that you want to go to your friends list and then you want to click onto the settings and then hit the friend notification settings. You want to turn that off. Most importantly, you want to go into the settings of your Nintendo 3DS and go to the internet, then spot pass. Then automatic software download you want to get rid of, and most importantly, you must sending of system information, turn that off so no one can find what you've done to your system. This makes me want to play every 3DS game all over again. So that was number 4, cheat codes. You have fully completed this unprofessional tutorial. So I just want to say thank you so much for making it to the end. And if you like this video so much, I have many other videos you guys can check out relating to this topic. Like how to set up an R4 card super easy, how to homebrew Wii U, also the Nintendo Wii. I would say how to homebrew the 3DS, but you just did it right now. So like this video. I'm desperate.